quick turnaround. You know, I asked our guys in the team meeting today, what's today? And today's Wednesday, if you guys didn't know. Closed the chapter really quick. Didn't watch the videotape, as a team, like we normally do. Had to get, working on, the upcoming opponent. I feel the same way I did, Saturday night after that game about, obviously turnovers, will get you every time. And we played an outstanding first half, I thought, and had a chance, came out that first drive and looked pretty darn good, and we turned it over. It's a recipe for disasters, and that's exactly what happened in the second half. Time possession, keeping our offense on the field and sustaining drives has been an issue and continues to be an issue there. So we got to continue to work and muster up yards and move the sticks on offense, keep our defense off the field. Tackling wasn't great on defense. Again, we're on the field for, I think, 14 minutes and 52 seconds more than we should. And again, not winning the time possession. So that's kind of that. And again, like I said, we flipped that chapter as fast as you can flip it. Try to get our guys fresh. Practiced on Sunday night as well as today, this morning, and worried about Boston College and a tough football team that Jeff Hafley brings in here. He's a great coach, good friend, and again, he's got a really good team that's playing well. Obviously coming off a loss to Virginia Tech last week, and again, one of the top rushing offenses in the country. If we didn't need to face another good rushing team. Castellanos, their quarterback, is an athlete that can run. I don't think we'll see 3 or 4 quarterbacks back there, in Wildcat offense, but we'll certainly see him back there, and he'll do plenty of that. So good football team, and ready for a Thursday night clash.
Pat, you've been pretty critical of yourself and your coaching staff this year. And I know we asked you last week on your thoughts on mid-season changes and everything, but how do you go about evaluating how your staff is doing in a season when you're focusing on the players and winning? But how do you evaluate your staff throughout this process as well?
We evaluate every day what we're doing, how we're doing it, and try to get things corrected. And again, like I said, it's a team sport. It's everybody. I tell the trainers are involved. Equipment, you better not mess it up, and certainly coaches. So we look at on a daily basis what we're doing, how we're doing it, and again, focus on Boston College.
And there's never a point in that evaluation process where you feel maybe a change needs to be made mid-season?
No.
Who's your quarterback Thursday?
I don't talk injuries, sorry. I don't know.
This isn't an injury question.
It isn't?
Are they hurt?
I don't know. Are they?
You tell me.
I don't know. We'll see Thursday night.
And is it hard to make a change at that position on a short week?
No, I think it's always hard. Anytime you make a position change in any position, period. But we got plenty of trust in both those guys.
And how do you approach the last 2 games? Do you become more inclined, and I know you've already played a ton of young guys, but do you even look to expand that opportunities just because you're trying to get a feel for, hey, this, what 2024 might look like?
No, we're trying to get the next win, really will. I mean, just want to win. That's all. That's what it comes down to, is winning football games every Thursday or Saturday night. That's the main focus. If they can help us, and we're not going to, take a redshirt year away from them, we'll do that. We've done that with a couple guys already that we know have got 4 games to go, and if we get an opportunity to put them in there and they'll help us, we'll continue to do that.
Obviously, Polari was a unique challenge given his size, but you mentioned the missed tackles, and that seems to be a recurring theme you've talked about throughout the season. You're finishing game 10, moving on to 11, still having that issue. Is it fundamentals? Is it youth? What are you talking about?
I think it's a little bit of everything. Again, give credit to the guys running the ball. Valeri's big guy, and for a big, old quarterback, he's got good moves and puts his foot in the ground and gets vertical. We got to be more physical. And again, a lot of it, I'd say, it's a little bit of everything. But one thing you notice when you go back and watch tape is a lot of guys breaking down. And I'm not a big breakdown, because all you do when you start to break down on a tackle, you just give that guy a chance to make a move on you, right? You break down, and he gives you a little there and goes there. But I like to go take shots, and that's what our guys are taught to do, is go, run through it. If you're going to miss, know where you're going to miss. Miss on this side, miss on that side, know where your help is. And they should always know where their help is based on the coverage, the defense. So we like to take shots, and I don't like to stutter down. Don't give that guy a chance to make you miss. And you see some of that, as you go back and evaluate it, get any time okay? And again, it's gonna be this week again, Thursday night. Anytime you're defending 11 guys, okay? You know, like Virginia Tech and the drones guy, I'll go back to that. That's the last time we really faced, you know, kind of that offense. We didn't really, you know what to expect going in there. We didn't know, you know, that we're gonna see different quarterbacks in there at all. And but anytime you're defending 11 guys, okay, if you just miss it by that much, you know, whether it's a D tackle out of a gap or a linebacker doesn't hit it, there's times where there's a blocker, a tailback will run up through an A gap, you know, and again, the runner's got the ball right here, and all we gotta do is take out both of them, okay, and you tackle both of them, you know, but we take it on high, and then he makes a cut off, and so it's just some physical things that we just gotta go be reckless, I guess, you know, to take care of some of those runs and eliminate. And then there's times where you come flying through backfield unblocked on a zone pressure, whatever it may be, and then you don't make the tackle. So diving and not running through tackles. So it's a fundamental thing, but it's also there's no room for error. Okay, because if you 11 guys, they have to defend. They got enough hats for hats.
Were you guys not physical enough on defense?
I wouldn't say not physical enough. I mean, you always want it to be more physical, right? I mean, you talk about toughness up on that back. I mean, our guys get great. Put it this way, defensively, when you talk about physical, like they're about as physical as you can get. Okay, just more leverage, I guess. And then the effort was, the effort was outstanding all the way to the last drive. Third and short, fourth and short.
Do you look back and see some of the fundamental mistakes you're talking about, the breakdowns of discipline, as maybe sort of an accumulation of a war of attrition where prior mistakes sometimes have guys not focusing on the current problem and trying to overfix something they messed up earlier?
Yeah, I think so. And, speaking of discipline, no one mentioned that I think we only had 3 penalties. And no one forced errors on offense, which was a bonus. I think certainly, Chris, that's, there's some of that.
Pat, in the first half, you called 2 timeouts on like a 4th down. There seemed to be some confusion. Are you able to explain what happened there?
It's a great question. You might have to replay that. Like I said, we went through it real quick.
Yeah.
It was offense on the field, defense on the field.
Whose offense was on the field? You guys, I think originally had your field goal unit out there. Then there was a false start, and then you got the punt team out there, and there were 2 timeouts called in that sequence.
Yeah. Again, I'm arguing with the official on, the stem, and I sat next to the guy, again, not a bad argument, it was a good argument. I was asking how his day was going, what he did last night.
Right.
But no, I was warning him before the ball even got snapped that they're gonna stem and try to make us jump off sides. I said, watch it. What'd they do? They stemmed guys, got Terrence to flinch, and and again, I called it right ahead of time because I knew on a long one they'd try to back us up more. So as I'm talking to him about they never pumped the clock up, and again, that's what it was.
Was it a one-way conversation with the official? Did he give you any kind of?
Head nod, like I got you.
Yeah.
So
Then we got a delay game later on. I mean, our only penalty I think on defense was Brandon George made too big of a move call. Mike linebacker making a loud move. I've never heard that before. Delay game.
So
I guess he's got it quiet now.
sorry. You called that timeout, and then you had a false start, and then it looked like you were calling another timeout. Did they not make that a timeout, that second one?
Yeah, it's because they pumped the clock up. Because we're trying to decide. I was busy talking with them. So.
Pat, do you worry about confidence with your group at this point in the season when you guys haven't been in this position since any of them have been here, or even your staff?
Right. Not really. I mean, I think I got a confident group. They got to go out and play with swagger. I mean, you look at it's just got to be 60 minutes. And they went out and played with confidence in the first half. We just got to play with it for 60 minutes, and it's a 4-quarter game. No one wins after after 2 quarters or 3 quarters. You sat in the locker room at halftime, said 0-0. Let's go out. And again, I think they had that intentions, and sometimes things don't work your way.
When you're struggling in one aspect of the game defensively, when you're having trouble stopping the run, is it better? Is it almost a good thing that when you know exactly what you're going to get on Saturday or Thursday night, that they're just going to give it to you until you can stop it?
It's nice to know that Thomas, number 1, is going to be the quarterback. I think. Should I say that? And half of it with somebody else a quarterback that we don't know about, but they do a little wildcat as well. But that'll be the main guy, and he can sling it too and run.
Pat, have you seen your receivers try to continue to grow this year? point, with all the struggles around, it seemed like they were still in the game, making plays, even as the passing offense was having a hard time connecting.
Yeah, I've been proud of the way those guys have, hung together and can make plays when they have opportunities. I mean, you guys were here Kenny Pickett's junior year where, it wasn't like that. Again, that's one of our older groups, and when we look at Bub and Kanate and Dejon Reynolds, and then you got the one young puppy in there, Kenny, those are probably top 4 if I'm not missing anybody. They're getting a lot of the reps out there, and again, it's one of the older groups, and they've stayed pretty good. Although 2 of those 4 last week, probably didn't play at their best. They were, I didn't know if they even played before the game, just with that little bug going around. So we dealt with a little bit of that last week, and still dealing with it today.
They had 2 fumbles that Christian had. Were those a matter of him not securing the ball, or was that a miscommunication on the read or the give and the plays he was running?
A little bit of, a little bit of both. I mean, just having a better grip on the ball, pulling it. Obviously you're reading it, and you got to be clean with the mesh. And what?
How much is Dino Tomlin involved in Boston College offense?
Dino Tomlin, it's a great question. That's a great question. I tell you, I've been really impressed with him. Obviously, transferred from Maryland, went to Maryland out of high school, and went up to Boston College, and he's been impressive. He's a playmaker. I think he's become a trustworthy guy in that offense. He does a lot of difference. They'll hand jet sweeps off to him. I'm sure Coach Tomlin will be up in his box Thursday night watching his son. So he's been impressive. He's got great hands, and he finds a way to make a lot of plays. They'll throw quick screens to him. He does a lot of different things. He's been impressive, which we thought he was impressive out of high school as well. So we offered him out of high school, and he's a good football player.
Mike hasn't said anything to you about this week yet?
No, I haven't had a chance. I mean, obviously, we've been on a different schedule, and they're on a different schedule. So we usually text once a week. Good luck, and we'll move on. I don't know if I'll get a good luck this week or not. I don't know.
What was the main problem with Boston College's defense on Saturday against Virginia Tech? 600 yards, I think.
You know what? I'll go back. I think I told you after we played Virginia Tech, that's a good football team. I don't even know what their record is. I don't look at standings or records or read. I just know, I think they do a heck of a job in the run game. And again, they got 11 guys, and it's not easy. And he can throw it, he can run it, kind of like we're facing this weekend. And Virginia Tech is one of the more improved football teams in the ACC. With some of the off-season acquisitions they've acquired. So he's done a nice job down there, and he's defended 11 guys.
You mentioned Thomas Sessionis, the Boston College starting quarterback, what makes him such a threat instead of playing for defense?
He's a running back there, and he can throw it. I mean, he's impressive. Let me just tell you. And I thought last week we saw some athletic quarterbacks. Like he's quick, he's fast. He's probably a 4.4 guy. He can put his foot in the ground and go. I mean, he's really good. They found a diamond there, I think. I think he's really talented. They run a lot of quarterback counters, and they do everything with him. So he's athletic, he's fast, and he can also throw.
What was practice like?
And again, if they had another quarterback, he could be a great tailback too. I mean, he can go. Sorry, Gary.
Sorry. What was practice like the day after, 24 hours after the game?
He was good. Went out there and had a full scrimmage. You got to be careful. I preached to our guys about just recovery and making sure that we're as fresh as we can be. It's a fast turnaround because you play a game and you get home at whatever 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night. Probably they're walking in their bridge on the forms at midnight, and you turn around practicing the next afternoon. So you just got to be careful what you do, which always scares you as a coach. But it's like you can go practice and work on those fundamentals and all those things, and be exhausted on Thursday night. I'm on a fresh team as fresh as we can make them. So we try to balance that with what you do work-wise and how fresh you can keep.
As a group, can the coaches go to the ACC and say, how about we play Thursday night, but we have a bye week before that?
We've talked about it. I mean, that's, we've talked a lot about that, and, that happens sometimes. I think, one time in my years here at Pitt, we've had a team that had a bye week and we didn't have a bye week. Now, that would be really, that should never happen. But as long as we both, had to play on Saturday, but it's not good for, not good for a banged up team. It's not good for, you know, it's the same thing in the NFL. I mean, they're doing it, trying to put it on TV as much as they can. I get it, but you know, it's important to get our guys back healthy.
Is it worth it playing on Thursdays? I mean, you don't make the schedule, but
Yeah,
like,
make
I
the
mean,
schedule.
ostensibly you have a showcase. That's one of the reasons it'll be the only college game on Thursday night, I think, right? I mean, should they schedule it after an off week for these teams?
I think it would be beneficial to everybody, but you know, there's a lot of games that we play. I think ESPN kind of gets what they need.
But, you know, in the NFL, like, you know, been a part of the CBA, like, it's sort of contentious. Hey, we care about player safety, the NFL says, but we also schedule games with guys on 3 days rest. I mean, those are professionals. You guys are still student athletes. I mean, is it, you know, is it in the best interest of the kids to be put themselves out there on 2 games in 96 hours or whatever it is?
Yeah, I don't think so, but you know, we like to see more. That's why we're going to take care of our guys this week. That's what I got to take care of. If they're not going to take care of them, I'll take care of them as much as I can.
How about a couple more?
Just on the quarterback question from earlier, will it be a game time decision on Thursday night, or is it something you'll probably decide the next day or two?
Probably next day or two. Maybe Thursday night. Maybe I'll lock them pregame. Who knows?
Do we have a final?
Jerry, I'll let you know first.
I'll be waiting for that text message.
Final? Anyone?
Pat, given Phil's ties to that school, is there any plans to have him on the field in any sort of, you know, just to?
We're trying to win a game. If he can help us win the game, we'll get him on the field. If he can't, then he won't be on the field. So, how about that?
Coach, it's
This
obviously-
is the
He
last
said one
one.
more. No, I'm just kidding.
It's obviously senior night Thursday. That some of these guys have been used to swinging team. And I guess it's sad to see some of these players play the last game of the Packers.
Yeah, you're really quiet. You can speak up louder. Give me the whole question one more time. I couldn't-
Senior night.
I heard
Thursday
senior night.
So last time you have some of your guys who've
Yeah.
been used to swinging team. I mean, what does it mean to see some of those guys go out in the last night?
Yeah, our focus today in our team meeting today was gratitude. You know, just talking about how, you know, grateful we are, not only to the seniors and the guys playing their last game at Acrisure Stadium, but also to, you know, really everybody in this room. But you know, the seniors mean a lot. And there's a lot of guys that won an ACC championship in here. I mean, and you know, regardless of what happens in 22 or 23, you know, the one thing about, you know, most of these guys up front is they've helped us win an ACC championship, and you know, no one can ever take that away from them. And that's something impressive. And, you know, and you have your up years and your down years, and you know, just, you know, doesn't matter. Like, I love these guys in this room, these seniors. They've been, you know, most of them, you know, been here for a long time, and this is our family in here. And you know, it's always sad to see those guys play the last game. And again, we want them to go out winners on their last game in Acrisure Stadium. So that's what we're working on. Good question. That's why I'm glad we got that one in, EJ.
Of the guys who will walk, will some of them still can come back maybe next year?
Yeah. You know, I don't know. You know, wish I knew, Jerry. You know, I would give you that answer if I knew. But as you guys know, senior day, some guys walk and come back. I think Kenny Pickett walked on senior day and he came back. So
Right.
just use that as one good example. I think, you know, everybody's got decisions to make in the future of what's best for them, and we understand that, and we'll help guide them in the best way we possibly can.